Hey everyone, Base DS here, and welcome back as we continue the Supersonic Summer Knuckles Marathon as we get ready to move on to the next game in the series. And with that flashy intro kicking things off, it's time to begin Knuckles Chaotix. So let's go ahead and get ready to jump right into this. But anyway, just like how Sonic 3 and Knuckles gave me a chance to talk on its data select screen, Knuckles Chaotix will go ahead and let me do the same here. So, as for the game itself, Knuckles Chaotix is pretty much in the same boat that Sonic CD was in when it was first released. It was released on a console, or in this case, an add-on that not many people had. In this case, it was the SEGA 32X, which was an add-on for the SEGA Genesis that was meant to increase the console's lifespan. Unfortunately, that didn't end up playing out so well. So there were two main factors into why not many people owned a 32X or Knuckles Chaotix for that matter. The first point is it cost about $150 at release, so people weren't wanting to drop their money on an add-on for a console that was getting ready to go out. And that's where the second factor comes in. In about 6 months' time, the Sega Saturn was getting ready to release, so people were saving their money up for the Saturn, and they didn't want to spend any on the 32X because the Saturn is where they felt the next big Sonic game was going to come out on. Unfortunately, that didn't end up happening due to various reasons that I'm not going to go ahead and get into here because that would make this video too damn long, so... But anyway, as for the story itself, so Knuckles Chaotix takes place a few months after the events of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And on top of that, to a certain extent, it also takes place not long after the events of Sonic the Hedgehog 4, episodes 1 and 2, because Robotnik is just coming off his defeat at the hands of Sonic in those two games. So, in a way, it takes place after both games. So, a mysterious island has risen up from the sea, and Knuckles decides to go to investigate the new landmass. Unbeknownst to him, Dr. Robotnik is also on the island, and he has constructed his Newtrogic high zone as he searches for the mystical chaos rings that are hidden on the island. And to further complicate things, a group known as the Chaotix are also on the island for their own reasons that are never disclosed, and they end up getting captured by Dr. Robotnik, so it's up to Knuckles to free the Chaotix, team up with them, and put a stop to Dr. Robotnik before he gets his hands on the Chaos Rings. So, let's go ahead and start things off, shall we? But to begin things, we'll go ahead and start things off here on Isolated Island. And just like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Knuckles has all of his usual abilities. He can break through walls, which really I don't think there's any he can actually break through in this game. He's also able to glide and, of course, climb on walls, so all of his usual abilities from Sonic 3 and Knuckles are still here and present. And right off the bat, there's Dr. Robotnik. And here we have the first member of the Chaotix, Espio the Chameleon, so he's going to be tagging along with us for a while. And out of nowhere, here's Metal Sonic. As for how he's here, well, just wait until we get to Sonic 4. All will be explained later on. Alright, so as we go ahead and continue on through Isolated Island, we do have the power-ups in the game to deal with, and there's actually quite a good amount here. So you still have the basic rings, shield, and invincibility, but you also have a new item box called the Combine Ring. Basically, it will turn all of your rings into a giant ring, so if you end up getting hit, you just have to grab that one ring and you will instantly have all of your rings back, but wait too long and it'll explode all over the place, and you'll lose all your rings that way. But on top of that, you have the numerous item boxes that can change your character. You have Swap, Change, which will either change the character you're playing as with your partner, or change your partner into another character that you did not choose. And on top of that, you also have the Grow and Shrink item boxes, which will either increase or decrease whichever abilities your character has, while at the same time, as mentioning, also shrinking or making your character grow massive in size. But anyway, the main gameplay feature for Knuckles Chaotix is the ring power. So basically, by holding down the B button, you can actually have your partner stay in place, and you can go ahead and try and get as far away from them as you can. But it basically acts like a rubber band, so create too much force and you're getting tossed back the other way. So this is mainly how you're going to be building up speed here, because unfortunately the spin dash kind of got nerfed. So yeah, basically using ring power to its fullest potential is how you're going to build up massive speed in this game. And really, with the way that it's designed, it kind of works in unison with the ring power ability. But luckily there are no Bannocs here in an isolated island to deal with. But as for the Chaos Rings, we just have to make sure to get our hands on 50 rings. That way, just like how Sonic 1 had the giant rings, Knuckles Chaotix does the same here. So we're going to need to make sure to grab as many of them as we can, because you don't want to grab just 50. No, you're going to need all the rings you can get. But you can also pick your partner up as well. If you don't want to bother with the ring power mechanic, you can just go ahead and pick your partner up and basically just run all over the place. That's a good way to pick up speed, especially for the later zones that are set up like that. And let's see if we can get back up to here. Get up there, Espio. Hold on, I want to go ahead and get these rings. There we go. Anything over here? Okay, yep. Just, no, Espio, get over there. There we go. Ooh, okay, nice. I'll take those. And oddly enough, Knuckles Chaotix does not have a traditional live system. I'll get into that later once we begin the actual zones. Alright, come on, Espio. Yeah, if anything, all of these zones in Knuckles Chaotix are pretty much designed in a vertical sense. So, in some areas they'll be straightforward, but 9 times out of 10, all of the zones are going to be requiring you to pretty much go up the entire time. Alright, come on, let's get on over to here. And over there in the background, we can see Robotnik's Newtrogic high zone that he's built right smack dab in the middle of the island. We'll be getting to that soon. Okay, don't even know why I did that. Get over here, Espio. Alright, go ahead and get that lift going. Alright. Okay, probably wasn't the best idea there. Alright, you know what? Forget it. I'll just go ahead and... Oh, okay, that works then. I'm glad you jumped high enough there, Espio. Ah, okay, we'll climb. And there's the giant ring. And so now here we come to the 2 panic special stages. So these are pretty unique. Basically, why I advise getting as many rings as you can get. They actually serve as a timer here, so if you run out of rings, you're getting tossed out of here empty-handed. Of course, granted, that's not the only way you can get tossed out of here. You can also be tossed out if you end up falling off the stage itself, so keep that in mind. There are numerous pits that'll allow you to... Well, alright, correction. There are numerous pits that you'll want to avoid, like right here, so just make sure not to go anywhere near them and you'll be fine. But yeah, if you go ahead and fall through any of them, or for some of the later special stages that have tricky platforming sections, if you fall off the side of the stage, then yeah, then you're pretty much getting booted out empty-handed. But basically, it's also set up just like how the Sonic 2 special stages were. You've got a checkpoint you have to get to. So, as you can see, we have to collect blue spheres, adding in a little bit of flavor from the Sonic 3 and Knuckles blue sphere special stages. I like that. So basically, you have to collect a certain amount before you get to the halfway point. So if you don't have enough, then you'll be forced to repeat that section over. So keep that in mind. Unfortunately, if you do have to do a repeat, any spheres that you obtain past whatever the quota for that was won't count towards the next section, unfortunately. Which really, I wish it did. It would make things so much easier. But yeah, just make sure to keep grabbing as many rings as you can. That way you can stay inside of this special stage. So let's go ahead and get out of here. And with that, we've got our first Chaos Ring. 1 down, 5 to go. But anyway, that's pretty much where we're going to go ahead and end things here for now. So, until next time, thank you all for watching. Hope you're enjoying things so far, and I'll see you all again later.